Noticias Caracol, edición central.
Hi, welcome to a new edition of AI News. Today we're going to talk about the artificial intelligence in the study. Topic: digital work. Research question: what are the impacts generated by the use of technologies, and what are the consequences that it have on school habits and the future generations? Objective: our goal with this presentation is to educate about the use of technology, such as AI, as well as to look for solutions that can be implemented to reduce their use. Promoting responsibility AI use worldwide is crucial to prevent harm, reduce bias, and protect human rights. Irresponsible AI can lead to discrimination and privacy violence, while ethical use builds public trust and encourages for innovations. Global standards like those promoted by Amnesty International, EA, UNESCO, and scientific studies help ensure EA benefits all secondary of socially equitative. AI is expanding rapidly due to the advances in technology, the explosion of data, and the need to upgrade it efficiently. It helps automate tasks, reduce errors, and boosts productive. Companies and governments use this to competitive, while labor storage in some sectors also drive it to us. Additionally, people accept faster and more personalized service, pushing future adoption. AI is growing due to advance in technology, the need to process large amounts of data, and the push of efficiency and competitiveness. It helps full automate tasks, improve productive, and meet consumer demand for faster, personalized service. It also addresses labor storage in key sectors and supports industrialists like healthcare and logistics. While AI brings many benefits, it also poses changes such as job loss and privacy issues. Requires responsibility and balanced use.
Now, starting with the US perspective, AI is rapidly advancing in the US thanks to the innovative top tech companies and universities. Government support, access to big data, and advanced computing power drive this growth. Businesses adopt AI to stay competitive, while public interest use it for research and regulation. Now, with the causes of this problem, key factors include a strong private investment, digital infrastructure, and high demand for automatization in sectors like healthcare and finance. The US also wants to stay the leadership in the technology globally. That's why they keep fluently investing in the AI. AI could automate up to 30% of work hours by 2030. This could mainly affect the low-wage jobs and increase inequality. This may also reinforce bias and threat privacy through supervision, and also be misused for spread misinformation and harm ethical security. Now, explaining this graphic, valued at 174 billion in 2025, the US AI market is projected to exceed 850 billion by 2034, growing at 19% annually. AI services such as cloud and consulting are the fastest growing segment and strong investment across the multiple industries.
France believes education must be fair, equal, and centered in human interaction. AI must assist teachers, not replace them, and may be used for the respect of students' rights and that. France faces several concerns with AI in education, including students' over-reliance on tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity, lack of clear regulations, insufficient teachers' training, and weak of the protection of data and privacy. Overuse of AI can harm academic integrity, reduce education of students' motivation, and can create a gap of AI-generated content with the official curriculum. This could create confusion and a weakness in learning outcomes. AI adoption is growing rapidly, specifically in market and e-commerce. The market is expected to reach 21.8 billion euros by 2030, with 81% of companies planning to use AI.
Now we go with the perspective of United Kingdom. The AI is changing the education by personalizing learning, saving teachers' time, and giving fast feedback. But it also brings concerns like fairness, privacy, and losing human interactions. The UK says that we need good training, clear rules, and equal access to the use of AI well. Now we go with the causes. The first one is to personalize learning for each student. The second one is to reduce teachers' administrative workload. The third one is to provide quick and effective feedback. The fourth is to improve overall education efficiently and to increase access to education for all the students. Now we go with the consequences. Privacy concerns due to collection and use of the students' data, reduce human interaction affecting social and emotional learning, risk of bias in AI systems leading to unfair treatment of some students, digital divide where not all students have equal access to AI tools, threats to assessment integrity with potential for AI misuse in cheating, dependence on technology reducing critical thinking or teaching flexibility, lack of teacher training making AI tools less effective or misuse.
Colombia sees artificial intelligence in education as a tool with great potential to improve the quality of learning, provided used in an ethical and regulated manner, highlighting its abilities to support teachers and expand access to knowledge. However, it also recognized important challenges such as the protection of personal data and the risk of dehumanizing teaching. In the causes, I frees up times for teachers to focus on activities of greater educational level. They need to continue education during confinement, accelerated the adoption of digital technologies including AI. The Ministry of National Education has promoted the training of teachers in the use of AI tools and integrating AI in education for an increasingly digitalized environment. The consequences, not all students have access to devices and they are currently seen as necessary, which may affect them. In the use of AI, enabled platforms involve the collection of personal data that may not be protected. The excessive use of AI may generate a lack of thinking or creativity in learning, and the lack of standards in AI education can result in unethical use of these tools. In the graphic, currently it is difficult to control the use of artificial intelligence because it is not possible to control its use, but strategies can be implemented to regulate it, such as training teachers to learn how to integrate AI correctly, and cybersecurity policies can be applied to educational platforms with AI. But on the other hand, Colombia has implemented data policies in which it has been able to regulate at least data protection and is classified as a country with a high performance in the maturity of its data protection policy.
So now we'll continue with the interview that we did with the electronic engineer Juan David Oropesa, that's the CEO of Capa 10.
Las herramientas que más utilizamos son Gemini, porque tenemos la cuenta de Google. Entonces esa es una herramienta que podemos usar con más profundidad, con más poder, porque tenemos la cuenta paga. Pero también hay herramientas, digamos, como ChatGPT. En la versión libre puede hacer muchas cosas. Hay unas que se llama, por ejemplo, Faraday, y sirve para hacer resúmenes especializados de informes, por ejemplo. Hay inteligencias que sirven para hacer presentaciones, entonces también puede servir. Canvas, bueno, hay diferentes inteligencias que sirven para diferentes cosas. Entonces, dependiendo de lo que queramos hacer, pues utilizamos una o la otra. Gemini tiene una particularidad que me gusta, es que te puede sacar código en Python, por ejemplo, y es muy exacto. Así se puede utilizar, hay que revisarlo obviamente, pero saca muy buenas cosas. Y todavía no ha reemplazado muchas cosas, pero sí es una ayuda importante, porque en el campo de nosotros, que es la seguridad informática, los volúmenes de información son muy grandes. Entonces, para que una persona haga la inspección de documentos, de tráfico y todo eso, es muy difícil, ¿sí? Por el volumen. En cambio, la inteligencia artificial sí puede discriminar muchos datos en muy poco tiempo, y eso ayuda bastante.
The reason we decided to create this initiative, the posters, was to show in a more interactive way the consequence and the impacts that the irresponsible use of AI can generate, hoping that the students and teachers could have a responsible use.
We also put some images. The first one is because AI has the power to manipulate people by shaping opinions, behaviors, and even learning paths without us noticing. The second one is that the image shows two human heads with circuit-like brains, one light and one dark. It can represent the dual nature of AI. The light side symbolizes progress and innovation, while the dark side reflects how AI can manipulate minds, control information, invade privacy, and reduce human connection. It reminds us that AI is powerful, but must be used with caution and responsibility.